Hi, everybody. So in this video, I am going to work two examples from your homework so you can kind of see how we put these formulas that you just took notes on in action. So I am going to work on, the problems don't have numbers, but I'm going to work on this right triangular prism problem and then the cylinder problem right below it. So the first thing that's a good thing to do when you're trying to find the volume of a prism is to ask yourself what kind of prism that particular prism is and write down the formula. So the first one is a triangular prism. And according to our notes, the volume of a triangular prism is we are going to find the area of the base shape, which is a triangle. And so the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And then we are going to multiply this area of our base shape of our triangle times the height of the prism. So I'm going to use parentheses and a capital H to represent the height of the prism. So now we're just going to kind of plug in our values and go from there. So the base of our triangular prism is going to be the base shape of a triangle. And you'll notice it's a little hard to tell, but this is a right triangle. So in the right triangle, it actually really doesn't matter. You could pick one to be the base and one to be the height, but these are the two numbers we are going to need, 3 and 3. So I'm just going to say this piece right here, that's the base. So I'm writing the letter B. That doesn't really look like a B, but you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. And then we'll say this is the height of just the triangular base. And then clearly this 6, that is the height of the entire prism. So let's just plug them into our formulas and solve. So we're going to do 1/2 3 times 3. And then we are going to multiply that times 6. So if I do these calculations, you can pause the video and try it on your own to see, if you get the correct answer, and then you can hit play to see if you get the right answer. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 6 is 54. And now we really just need to figure out what is half of 54. And I believe that is 27. Yes, 27. So the volume of this particular triangular prism is going to be 27 feet cubed, since we are working with volume. So all we did was take the values from our triangular prism and plug them into the formula. You would do the same thing with this triangular prism. In this case, you have a clear base and height of your triangle, and then this 14 is going to be the height of the prism. It's kind of like the prism got put on its side. It's not standing up and down like this one. This would be the height. I'll even label it for you. That's the height of that particular prism. But now let's do a cylinder one, because cylinder ones are a little bit trickier, mainly just because we have to work with pi. So we have a cylinder, and the volume of a cylinder, according to our formulas, is we are going to take the area of our base shape. So the base shape is a circle. To find the area of a circle, you have to do pi r squared. And then we are going to multiply that times the height of the cylinder. So I'm going to use a capital letter H to represent that. So let's figure out what is our radius, what is our height, plug them into the formula and solve. So this is clearly the height of our cylinder. This is how tall it is. And then they give us the radius already. So this is our radius. If for some reason, like on the other problem over here, if they give us the diameter, we would have to take half of that to find the radius. But since they already give it to us, we don't really need to do any halving. It's already given to us. So let's plug them into the formula. So we're going to do pi times 6 squared times 8. So all I did was plug in the radius value and the height value. So if I simplify that, I'm going to get pi times 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36, times 8. And if I simplify that even more, 36 times 8 is going to be 288. So if I asked you to leave your answer in terms of pi, you could leave it like this, but in the instructions, it says use 3.14 for pi when necessary. So if we plug in 3.14, there's my decimal. 288 times 3.14 is 904 0.32. And you may be thinking, wow, Ms. Walker, you did that math really fast in your head. I'm not that talented. I did it before the video. I just wanted to kind of make sure this video was short and sweet. So our answer for this particular problem is 904.32, and our units are centimeters cubed because we are working with volume. So all I really did was take the formulas from the notes page and plugged in the values from the problem. So if you need more help on your homework, I suggest kind of looking at these two examples to help you with similar problems. If it's one like a trapezoidal example, like on the back, or a parallelogram example, make sure you're using the formulas that we wrote in the other video. Please let me know if you have any questions.